Greetings and solutions, pre-algebra students. Mr. Lawrence here with some more two-step equations. We're going to look at lots of different kinds of equations over the next several weeks, and next week or two. And let's get right to it. One thing I want to write at the top of my paper is who am I going to listen to? I'm going to listen to Saddam. Now, the cool thing about listening to Saddam is if your parents are watching you do your homework, and they ask you why you did a step, you get to say, because Saddam told me so. And it's going to confuse the heck out of them. But anyway, it'll be our little joke. All right, so let's look at equation number one. Looks very much like the problems you did yesterday. My goal is to get x alone. There's a 6 attached to the x. There's a 3 attached to the x. The 6 is attached by multiplication. I will undo that using division. The 3 is attached by subtraction. I will undo that. Okay, so I'll undo the subtraction by addition. All right, now which one am I going to undo first? I'm going to undo the addition first because Saddam told me so. Excuse me, the subtraction first. So I've got a 3, there's subtraction. I will add 3 to both sides. When I do so, I will get 6x equals 24. Then I will divide each side by 6, divide by 6, and x will equal 4. If I check my work, 6 times 4 is 24. 24 minus 3, 21. I am good. The check only takes a couple of seconds. All right, problem number 2. This one's going to mess some of you up, but watch closely. I know I have a 2 attached by multiplication, right? In fact, it's actually a negative 2. And to undo that, I'm going to use division, right? I know I have a 5 attached to the x. What kind of 5 is it? Would you all agree that it's a positive 5? Since it's a positive 5, it's attached by addition. I'll prove it to you. Negative 2x plus 5 equals 25 is the same problem. How do I know? Well, I've got a 25. I've got a 25. I've got a negative 2x. I've got a negative 2x. I've got a positive 5. I've got a positive 5. Just to show you that illustrated a little bit better, what's 5 minus 3? Well, all of you would say 2, right? What if I change the order here? Negative 3, because the 3 has to stay negative. 5's positive, plus 5. Look at that, and I will get 2 again. All right, so you have to be careful with that. Some of you will get that messed up. All right, so back to this problem. The 5 is attached by addition, so I'll use subtraction. Now, Saddam tells me to undo the addition first, so I need to subtract 5. If I put plus 5 down there, 5 plus 5 is 10. 5 plus 5 doesn't cancel. I want it to turn to 0. So I have to subtract 5. All right. Those are going to cancel. I'll be left with negative 2x equals 20. One-step equation. Negative 2 attached to x by multiplication. I'll divide by negative 2. Divide by negative 2. And x will equal negative 10. All right, I should check really quick. 5 minus 2 times negative 10. Well, the order of operations tells me to do this part first. So I'll have 5 minus negative 20. And minus a negative is the same as plus a positive. And 5 plus 20 does equal 25. And there it checks. So I am good. All right, let's look at a couple more like this. If you feel game, go ahead and try those on your own. But if you want to watch me do them, that's okay too. All right, I've got a negative 4 attached by subtraction. I'm going to undo it using addition. I've got a 3 attached by division. I'm going to undo it using multiplication. Saddam's going to tell me to undo the subtraction first. So if you get rid of that 4, I'm going to add 4. But if I do it to the left-hand side, I have to do it to the right-hand side. And then I will have x over 3 equals 9. And then I will multiply both sides to get rid of the division. I'm going to multiply by 3. The right-hand side, I'll just multiply by 3 like that. And the right-hand side is actually the difficult side. 9 times 3 is 27. The left-hand side, I'll multiply by 3 over 1. And remember, those 3's are going to cancel. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 1 times x is x. And there you go. There's the answer. Now to check it, negative 4 plus 27 over 3, negative 4 plus order of operations. 27 divided by 3 is 9. If I have 4 negatives, 9 positives, I must have 5 positives. And there's the 5. It checks. All right, last one. I've got a 10, and the 10 is attached by addition. Why? Because it's a positive 10. So I'll use subtraction. And I have a 5, and I'm going to call it a negative 5 because there's a negative out front. It's attached by division, and so to undo it, I'm going to use multiplication. So now it's going to tell me to get rid of the addition first. I will subtract 10 from both sides. And when I get the left-hand side, I'll get negative x over 5. Very, very, very important. Don't lose this negative here. That term is negative. This term needs to be negative. All right. Negative 1, negative 10. How many negatives do I have altogether? I must have 11 negatives. All right. I'm going to multiply the left-hand side by negative 5. And I'm going to multiply the right-hand side by negative 5. I'll do the hard side first. 11 times 5 is 55. And the negative times the negative is positive. The negative 5s will cancel, leaving me with just an x. And there we go. If I check it, I get 10 minus 55 over 5 equals, let's find out. Order of operations, I have to do the division first. I'll get 11 and 10 minus 11. 10 positives, 11 negatives. I have 1 negative left. And look at that, it equals negative 1. I did it very well. All right, Mr. Lawrence signing off. Good night, everybody.